Hi friends! I'm currently sitting at work about to leave, so if anyone walks by and sees me talking in my car to myself, I'm gonna vomit. Today's the first day after daylight savings went away, and so it's literally sunset and it's 4:30. I don't know how to change the time in my car, so that's gonna be a problem. This vlog is gonna be interesting because I've been saying for weeks I need to get back on listening to audiobooks because that's how I get a lot of reading done when I can't read physically. So this morning I turned on my audiobook for the book I'm currently reading and I got a lot done. I'm currently reading The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. This is a historical fiction book about these two women who are sisters, and it's set during World War II, talking about how they lived their lives while the war is occurring. And one of them very much wants to rebel and be part of the people resisting, and one of them is a mother, so she wants to keep her daughter safe and she tries to go under the radar, and it follows the two very different lives of these women. So I got to page 288 of this, which for a tall hardback historical fiction, oldest book on my TBR, I am very happy. Like I said, I have the audiobook. My library has it through Overdrive, so I'm gonna listen to that while I drive home. And then I have some cleaning I have to do while I'm home, so I'll listen to it while I clean. And then it's gonna be dark at 6 p.m, so I'm gonna cry, but that's it. That's what we're doing this vlog. I'm starting it off with the oldest book on my TBR. A car just drove by. Hello? You hungry? Good dog. I still have to do a load of laundry. My apartment is crazy and dirty and I have to take out trash, so I'm just gonna get my life together on this fine Monday afternoon. Before any of that, I'm gonna eat some leftover pizza. I just realized I did all this makeup while watching YouTube and I could have been listening to my audiobook, so this is my reminder. I'm gonna go get my phone and my headphones and I'm gonna go turn on The Nightingale. I said that last night I wanted to read more of this, but I ended up not. I got to page 320. I knew I could have finished this last night if I turned on the audiobook instead of falling asleep. So this is gonna be an easy finish today, probably even at work if I keep the audiobook on. So I'm gonna go get started. And he says, I'm hungry. Good dog. Hello, crusty crew. Oh, my closet light is on. Wow, we love electricity bills. So I read my book on my lunch break and I listened to the audiobook while driving home. Now I'm on page 418, so I have like 20 more pages, which is gonna only take me like half an hour. I'm gonna sit down and finish this, and I'm gonna go on my balcony and read outside because it's so gloomy, and I love the vibe of the weather and the book, but mostly the weather. This is a whole Wendy's drive-thru. How are you liking the book so far, Jason? Yep, I'm alone. Mamas, who wants to go outside? There's no good angle for me to show you, but I'm crying right now. I just finished it. Gordo? It's not you time right now, it's me time. So here's the thing. I'm crying. It was good. Was it fantastic, life-altering? Everything came full circle. It was so beautiful. No. The threshold for how good I know it can be is right here, and this book isn't there. It was good. It was easy and fun and fast to read, but that's almost an insult for a book that subject matter is so grueling and intense. I'm still gonna give it 4 stars. I still enjoyed reading it. I like the perspective of focusing on women and how they just had to survive. It's not as dreary as I thought it would be, which is good. I feel like when I go into books about World War II, I'm like, cool, so everyone's gonna die. It was actually a lot more hopeful than that, which I enjoyed. Yeah. Cool. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. This lighting is so awful, but I need to be over here because I need to choose a book out of my TBR jar. I'm really in the mood to read like a quick YA book after that intense one, but let's see. Oh So the opposite of what I want. The book I chose is A Child Called It by Dave Pelzer. But this is actually a book I've been thinking a lot about recently because this is one of the oldest books on my TBR. It's non-fiction, so I can listen to it on audiobook. And now that I chose it out of my jar, I feel like it was just all those signs were pointing to I need to read this soon. If you're unaware, this is a non-fiction memoir about this kid who was abused when he was growing up, like severely abused emotionally and physically. I've heard this book is sickening but really important. It's quite short, so I'm sure I could read it probably in one night if I wanted to. Cool. Or as the pigeons say, coo. Cuddling? He's my good boy. And you, just chilling, as always. I just finished A Child Called It. It feels wrong giving this a star rating because like how do you rate someone else's trauma? So I'm not gonna rate it, but I will say it was interesting. Obviously it was really fast and quick to read. Like there's never a good place to put it down. But it feels like this is a story that's very heavy on the what and not the how or the why. So there's like no real beginning, middle, or end to this story, which I know is because this is the first book in a 3-book series. But I feel like those could have all been consolidated into one book and made into like a full swing memoir. Because the entire book is just him talking about his experiences, but it kind of just tacks on as an epilogue. Like, oh yeah, then here's what happened afterward. And I would have just preferred like a full story instead of just here's a glimpse of my life and as an afterthought, here's how I got out of it and here's what I did afterward. So it was interesting and heart-wrenching and disturbing. I think it needed some commentary from his perspective as someone who survived it and going back in and sprinkling in his thoughts instead of just giving it like a stream of consciousness from his 10-year-old perspective. But yeah, I'm not gonna give it a star rating, but I will keep it and I will say I'm glad I read it. And now, for the second time in one day, let's draw another book. This one. Oh, this one's also not very fun or easy, but it's one I've been meaning to read. So the book I picked to read is the first book in the Witcher series. This is a fantasy series that inspired a really popular video game. Hold on, Rosie Crossing. It's becoming a Netflix series, I think. Some type of TV adaptation. And this is like book 1, even though it's just a collection of short stories about the main character. I know nothing about him other than he has long hair. I bought this several years ago. I've been wanting to pick it up ever since like the TV show was announced, and it's picking up traction on Twitter. Not necessarily fun and happy and quick, but good morning. In a twist that will shock no one, I fell asleep while reading last night. So tragic. I need to stop reading in bed, otherwise I'll just keep falling asleep at 9:30. Anyway, The Last Wish is pretty good so far. I like the writing style. I like how badass and long-haired the main character is. I have to get ready for work though, and I have an important meeting and an interview today, so I'm gonna try and look good, and I only have 30 minutes to do that. We love this look with my hair. But while I get ready, I want to listen to an audiobook, so I think I'm gonna start Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. That's one of the ones on Scribd. So that's a YA contemporary about these two girls who live in California who are trying to track down this famous actor or something so that they can deliver them a note that they find. I'm not entirely sure, but it's female, and I want something that's gonna be easy to listen to. So I look a whole mess right now. I need to get ready. When you and Bae demolish a... I can't speak. This is not a glamorous shot of us after we finished our lunch, but we're thriving. Hi, this is a WhittyNovels appreciation post because I look so cute today. Hello. So, last night I only got like 5 pages into this one, but I listened to the audiobook for this book in the car on the way to work. But I'm at about page 50 in this one, which only took me like 45 minutes to listen to, so it's going by really fast. I'll be the first to say that I'm not a fan of books about Hollywood. Like, I don't really care about the movie industry, but so far the 2 girls in this are so sweet. And I don't know, it's more of like a, stop. If you scratch the chair, I'm gonna hold you and kiss you as punishment. So far, it's more of a scavenger hunt book than like a Hollywood book, because they find this letter from an actor who died and they want to deliver it to the person that it says on the outside of the envelope, but that person cannot be located. So they're going around LA looking for whoever can take this letter. Okay. Yep. I'm glad that I'm liking it. Ma'am, hello. You get more kisses and snuggles for walking in front of my frame. So I want to turn on my audiobook again because that book's really easy to listen to. I don't really have any chores to do, so I might just play on my phone. I'm very sleepy, but I took off my makeup and I remembered to vlog before I just passed out. I actually decided to read The Last Wish instead of my audiobook, so I got to page 64. I thought this was just gonna be a collection of random short stories that help you get acquainted with the world, but they're actually pretty episodic. I like getting to know the main character. The writing style's great. I like how stoic he is. I don't know, I just have a thing for the smart and quiet, powerful characters. But now I'm exhausted, I want to sleep. Good night. I'm home from work. Don't ask me how I'm home at this time because I took no less than 3 wrong turns on the way home because I needed to switch lanes, but I panicked and there was someone there and I didn't want to slam on the brakes or go around them. So I just went the wrong way 3 times to avoid that, and somehow I'm still home in the normal amount of time. So that was weird, but I tried to listen to my audiobook during all of that and realized it's not gonna happen because I'm just panicking. But today somehow I got to page 115. I am bad at listening to audiobooks in cars because, as we found out, I'm not attentive because I will panic and not pay attention. So I'm gonna save that for my morning commute when I'm not stressed, and then also like when I'm cleaning and doing things around the house. I'm gonna put that one on hold and continue reading my Witcher book. I'm still the same amount that I was last night, which I'm really enjoying. So before dinner, to relax after work and that harrowing drive home, I want to work on this some more. I got the toots real bad. I think I'm... Speaking of the toots, hi Rosie, you're a little toot. I'm not interested in being held. But we are interested in making some fucking biscuits. Hell yeah. Last night I actually went and hung out with my coworkers. Last night I actually went and hung out with my coworker, Gordo, and we just talked until like literally 11 p.m. So clearly I didn't read any. Got home, went straight to bed, woke up, and now I have a dirty as hell apartment, can you tell? And I'm sure I'll finish, maybe not The Witcher, but my audiobook will be quick to get through. So change of plans, I bought a couch. We're trying to understand Chick-fil-A or whatever because problems. I got the spicy chicken sandwich, which is my favorite thing ever at Chick-fil-A. Is there a sauce on this? Oh, I'm so excited. This is not spicy at all. It's good though. Better than Chick-fil-A? No, but I like it. I vlogged a lot less today than I thought I would, and that's because my mom ended up coming over and we were shopping. As you saw, we went to Popeyes. Chick-fil-A has the whole package because the fries are amazing, the sauces are amazing, and the customer service and drive-thru is amazing. But the Popeyes seasoning and like the quality of the chicken is so much better. So I'm distressed. Anyway, I ended up doing something pretty big today and I completed my apartment furniture, which has been the biggest thing that I've needed to do for a while. So we went to this place that was having a sale. So I don't have a coffee table, but I do have a couch and a table to sit down and eat at. So here's that. So I moved my TV on this wall. Again, I don't have a TV, so I rarely ever sit and watch it. But you come over here, there's my cat going nuts, my favorite chair, and then my couch. And then I got like a tall table that's smaller, so I'm not taking up a bunch of space over here. Yay, furniture. So I made it to page 230 of Everything Leads to You, which only leaves me with about 60 more pages, so like an hour of reading. If I'm ending this vlog off on a Monday, that means it hasn't been a successful week, but at least I have a reading update before we go. I finished a book. I finished Everything Leads to You, and it was so cute and so sweet. It's difficult reviewing it because I feel like when I listen to audiobooks, it's just like fun in the moment, and then afterward when I try and recall it, I'm like, I don't know. But I did like the relationship. I thought the girls had really good friendships, and I liked that this book talked about the difference between real life versus movies, where things get glamorized and romanticized, and it talks about how like human beings are human beings. They're not like a movie character. So I thought it was well done. It was pretty. Again, it was an audiobook, so it was just kind of like easy to listen to, but now recalling things about it, I'm like, I don't know. But thank you for watching this vlog. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Bye.